Welcome to FTCE Seminar, the Florida Teacher Certification Exam podcast, where we talk about testing tips, study strategies, and how to prep to pass the FTCE so you can launch from the campus to the classroom. I'm your host, Mercedes Musto. For more FTCE study materials, videos, and resources, visit our website at ftceseminar.com. In today's episode, I'll be talking about spaced repetition. Spaced repetition is an active learning memory improvement technique attributed to Hermann Ebbinghaus back in 1885. Can someone say Throwback Thursday on the study strategies? This learning method relies on active recall, so you can active learn and pass the FTCE. The difference is this: when you are passive learning, you may be doing something like rereading notes or highlighting text, but when you are active learning, you are participating in hands-on learning, like working through flashcards using spaced repetition. You may still be wondering what spaced repetition is, right? Okay. Get this. According to Upchieve.org, the spaced repetition study strategy is when you spread out or space out your studying sessions over time. When you spread out your study sessions into timed intervals, then apply the repetition factor, you have spaced repetition. How does this look in application? Okay, first things first. I recommend using flashcards to cover the repetitive recall-based learning part for the concepts you're studying. If you don't know where to start, you can visit ftceseminar.com and use the study materials and resources provided for you there. There are many different ways to make flashcards, and since it's Throwback Thursday, you can get a Sharpie marker and some index cards and have at it. Or you can go digital and use some of my favorite online tools called Anki, Remnote, and Quizlet. I love Anki because it's totally straightforward and I can study on my laptop or phone. But Quizlet has some really cool study options, and Remnote is great for taking notes on your phone and then studying. It's up to you and your study preference. However you decide, I've put the links and tutorials for Anki, Remnote, and Quizlet on the ftceseminar.com website, so you can start there. Oh, check this out. Totally go to ftceseminar.com, select a flashcard app like Anki, then click on a Pomodoro, download a practice test, and start making your flashcards today. See, everything you need to succeed in studying for the FTCE is prepped on ftceseminar.com, so you can prep to pass the FTCE. Okay, where was I? Yes. How to use flashcards along with spaced repetition to study. Upchieve.org described studying with the spaced repetition system this way. First, select what you want to learn. Remember, you can download this info at ftceseminar.com. Second, prepare your study material. I recommend flashcards. Next, study. Pull out your flashcards while waiting in line or your flashcard app on your phone and study on your lunch break. If you want a more structured study, then open a Pomodoro timer and hit up a 25-5. You will be glad you did, because studying builds confidence. Interval study time like this is so effective, because just when you're about to think you might just be forgetting a concept, you reintroduce it back into your brain and use active recall to remember. Remember, spaced repetition means spreading your study sessions out over time. You can study every other day or every 2 days. It's up to you to learn how you learn, then support your own learning. Here's some advice from the artofmemory.com. Artofmemory.com suggests setting up a study schedule like this. Day 1, study immediately. Day 2, study again, at least within 24 hours of your first study. Then study again 3 days later. This is called testing your recall, At this point, you'll know what concepts you need to give more attention to and what concepts you feel pretty good about. However you use spaced repetition and flashcards to study, the important thing is to start studying and start studying today. The spaced repetition study strategy can help you remember the concepts you're being tested on so you can perform at your best and pass the Florida Teacher Certification Exam. Well, what are you waiting for? Go on and make some flashcards and start studying today. This podcast was recorded in the Pickens Multimedia Studio in Access at the University of West Florida in Pensacola, Florida.